First up, it's the leading vote getter and the host for this year's All-Star Game, Indiana Fever guard CaitlinClark. This is Clark's first time being selected as a team captain, and she joins A'ja Wilson as the only players to be named captains their first 2 seasons in the league under this new format. Caitlin is on pace for her second season, averaging 18 points, 8 assists. No other player has done that even once.
Imagine this. CaitlinClark racks up nearly 1.3 million All-Star votes, more than the entire top 30 combined from 2023. She doesn't just break a record, she shatters WNBA history and earns the title of All-Star Team Captain. In her first public appearance since recovering from a groin injury, she returns triumphantly to ESPN for the 2025 WNBA All-Star Draft. But here's where things take a wild turn. Right on live TV, Clark makes a move so unexpected, it changes the game entirely. Ready to hear how Clark made history again? If you're hyped for her return, drop a CC record breaker in the comments. Let's dive in. Out west, Minnesota Lynx star Napheesa Collier makes her captain debut. Don't get it twisted, Fee knows the game. She's been named an All-Star 5 times in the last 6 seasons, took home Defensive Player of the Year in 2024, and is ESPN Bet's current MVP favorite. But how will she do as a GM? Time to find out. The captains are here. Fee, Caitlin. How are we feeling ahead of your first draft?
And then out west, it's the Minnesota Lynx Napheesa Collier making her debut in captainship. But don't get it twisted, she knows this game well. Fee has been named an All-Star 5 out of the last 6 games. She's the 2024 Defensive Player of the Year and the favorite to win MVP according to ESPN Bet Sportsbook. But how about we check in on her GM skills? We're about to find out what those look like. It's just about that time.
Clark's return from injury wasn't just a comeback. It was a crowning moment. She emerged not only as a top athlete but as the most beloved figure in WNBA history. This wasn't about stats anymore. The voting surge proved Clark's reach extended far beyond basketball. She drew in an entirely new generation of fans.
There are fans out there online who say it's Fever versus everybody, and when they see this voting, it's only going to fuel that notion.
Her vote total sent a clear message. Clark isn't just a great player. She's the face of the WNBA. Her absence made fans realize just how much she meant to the game. Voting became a form of protest, a way to demand her return. Clark entered that ESPN studio backed by over 1.29 million fans, fully aware of the power she holds. But how do her fellow players see her?
WNBA All-Star captains have been announced. Team Collier versus Team Clark, the top 2 vote getters when it comes to fan voting. CaitlinClark, over 1.2 million fan votes. Napheesa Collier not too far behind with 1.1 million fan votes. Aaliyah Boston was close, less than 2,000 votes away from a Team Clark versus Team Boston All-Star Game experience. That would have been quite the entertainment, but instead we get Team Clark versus Team Napheesa.
And she keeps the tradition alive by joining Clark again. Then comes a surprise. Clark drafts A'ja Wilson, despite a heated on-court rivalry.
That's CaitlinClark. That's the CaitlinClark phenomenon right there. That is a perfect example. The year before she showed up, all the way to what? Basically 13 times the amount of votes, because she almost got 1.3 million.
Never before has a coach swap occurred in All-Star history. ESPN and the WNBA had to give special approval for the move. Clark stuns the audience by requesting to swap coaches with Collier.
I feel good.
We're ready.
Ooh.
I'm excited to get underway.
I'm ready. I'm excited. This is going to be a whole lot of fun here. I'm curious. Fee, can you just take me inside? I think Captain GM Fee has a nice ring to it. What's your strategy here as you're looking towards this draft?
It does have a nice ring to it. I like this position a lot. I feel like I got to try to get some of my Hootie Hoo Owl girls on here. I got to try to get some of my Husky girls on here. So I've got an agenda coming into today.
All right, we got a little bit of an
on her side. Suddenly, the All-Star Draft wasn't just about players. It was a display of Clark's leadership and power. As ESPN scrambles to adjust to the unprecedented trade, the tone of the show shifts. Collier jokes, "That's going to backfire, Caitlin. We've got more chemistry now." But the competitive energy is undeniable. Clark didn't just participate in the draft, she controlled it.
What about you, Caitlin? What's your strategy here?
I'm going on vibes.
Ooh.
We're picking whatever comes to mind. We're just having fun. My team's going to be fun. That's all that matters. You get to be in front of the home crowd in Indianapolis, so that's right.
Being in front of the home crowd is an important thing and could play maybe to your advantage here. We've done enough talking. It sounds like it is time that we get this draft underway. I've always wanted to say this. With the first pick in the 2025 WNBA All-Star Draft, Team Clark selects.
I know this will be super surprising to everybody watching, but I'm going with my teammate, Aaliyah Boston, baby.
We're putting Aaliyah Boston
Welcome,
up on
baby.
the board here. Aaliyah Boston going here to Team Clark.
Acknowledge her greatness. It creates an unspoken divide, a behind-the-scenes drama that fans rarely see. And Clark, she's starting to realize, they just don't like me. Interview 14. That moment of realization sparks a change. Clark stops defending her peers in public. No more using her platform to fight for others who won't do the same for her. She's focused on winning, not pleasing everyone.
I don't know if this is in the rules. I don't really care. But I think we've already discussed we are going to trade coaches. Bee's going to take her coach, Sandy Brondello. Let's get it.
Oh.
It's going to be amazing. Sorry, WNBA, if that's not in the rule. Sorry, ESPN, if that's not in the rules, but we just made it a rule.
Now.
So, Sandy Brondello, come on over.
Whoa.
Let's get to it. You can coach Sabrina.
Instead of just picking players, Clark decides to trade away her coach, Cheryl Reeve. Something like this has never happened before in All-Star history. The WNBA and ESPN had to give special permission for this move to happen. Clark announces she wants to swap coaches with Collier, and suddenly the entire draft takes on a completely different energy.
We have breaking
Let me know.
news here. I don't know that I've heard of a coach being traded in the All-Star game. This is something that you're agreeing to, Fee. There's no terms to this deal.
I agree with Cheryl, I agree with the trade. I love Cheryl, she's my coach here. And you know what, that's just gonna be worse for Team Clark because now we got more chemistry on our side, we got more synergy, we know what we
rather watch paint dry. I'd rather watch dirt just be moved around because Caitlin Clark's not on the team. If she's there, it's appointment TV. You people, whoever did this, honestly, hey, take your brain, put it in a museum and study it for how dumb you are.